Alex, we made it. It's here.
Do you need some water?
No, I don't need any water. We're gonna
Okay,
power.
my bad. Okay. Yeah, we're here. Go ahead. Sorry.
Made it after what has felt like ages. The NFL is finally back. We're playing real regular season games that matter this week. I'm so excited. Chickster, how are you doing?
I'm great. Actually, this summer was better than it usually is. What helped was having the fucking Euros, having what's
The
it?
Olympics.
No, I didn't really watch the Olympics actually. I kept up with it, but it was really the Euros and what was it
Copa
Copa America.
America.
Yeah, I really watched a lot of soccer this year. That kept me going. Watched a little bit of WNBA. I've been trying to keep up with the WNBA a little bit, so that got me through the summer. Next summer, oh fuck, it's just gonna be WNBA, and
I have to figure it out.
because I don't watch that baseball shit, man. So
That is true.
uh usually the summers are hard for me. So this one was a little bit easier, but I'm so glad the NFL is back.
I
I'm so
will
glad.
say this, and then we're gonna get back on track and keep it going here. Phoebe and I are moving into an apartment in November. The nice thing is that you and Cameron can come out during the summer to Colorado, and we can go to a Rockies game. Now I understand it's baseball, and you're not a huge fan.
I like
However,
going to baseball games.
live baseball games are fun, and Coors
Yes.
Field is a vibe.
Yeah.
Coors Field is one of the best ballparks in Major
Because the
League Baseball.
Rockies are so ass. So
Yeah, the
everyone
Rockies
just
are
has
really
a good
bad, and
time.
that starts with management. We're not going to get into that. All
Okay.
right, this is Hard Locks, Season 2 of the NFL here on the Dead Sports Media YouTube channel. If you guys remember last season, Chickster ran away with it. He is the defending champion here on Hard Locks. I'm coming to dethrone El Campeón. We've got games on Thursday this week. Our first matchup is, speaking of defending champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, who went back-to-back like Jordan 96-97, are hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City is -3 in this game. It is worth noting that Kansas City's Week 1 opener last year, as defending champs, came against the Detroit Lions, and they lost at home Week 1. Now, we're not picking money lines here. We're just picking spreads. When we can push as well, because some of these spreads are flat numbers. This one's for +3. Do you think Kansas City kicks the trend of Super Bowl champions kind of stumbling out of the gates early, or does Kansas City lose this one?
I don't give a shit, honestly. I wasn't picking them to begin with. I wasn't. There was no way I was gonna pick Kansas City the first game. No, give me the Ravens. And my reasoning, cause fuck Kansas City. That's my only reasoning is fuck Kansas City. Every time I put this hat on, I hate red. I hate white. I'm not doing it. I hate yellow even sometimes. I'm not doing it. Kansas City, fuck them. No. Once the hat goes on, it's Raider Nation till I die. I bleed silver and black. We're going the Ravens because of fuck Kansas City.
I think this game's really expensive for me. It's not a freebie. It's not a freebie. Just because there's still kind of question marks surrounding the receiving core, I'm gonna take Baltimore as well. I'm gonna take Baltimore +3. I don't necessarily feel super good about it, but
I don't feel good about it. The first week. They're always gonna be really tight spreads,
and we could see wacky shit like Tennessee could go into Chicago and win that game outright because it's week 1. Like, we have no idea what's going to happen in these week 1 games. That's kind of the beauty of betting week 1 games, is that you could get all the crazy shit right, or you could be off track to begin with.
You got to be a real degenerate to just kind of just throw darts at, hey, I'm going to pick that. And I know call the number. Matt Hanfan, call the number. I already know he's putting bets in as we speak.
So we're taking Baltimore +3. Okay. Second game on the docket is Green Bay +2.5 going to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Howie, in typical Howie fashion, loaded up on defense, drafted really well at the top of the draft, does Howie type things. Green Bay is the trendy pick this year to not only win the division, Jordan Love's a really trendy pick right now for tickets to win MVP. The offense is really young. They've got playmakers. They're dynamic. Let me finish. I know you disagree, but let me finish. They're the trendy pick right now. They're plus 2.5. They're going up against the establishment in the NFC in Philadelphia. This is a really good game for those in either side of the camp, right? This could be the standout game for those in the Green Bay camp is like, yep, Green Bay's here to run the NFC. They're back. They got their quarterback again, who is coming off of the richest contract in NFL history after only 8 good games last year. But that's neither
That
here
was
nor
the
there.
point I was going to make.
That's neither.
It's 8 games. It's 8 games.
8 solid games and a
8
playoff.
good
in
games.
Good play in the playoffs as well.
Mitch Trubisky looked okay for 8 games.
Not my money, man. Not my money, not my bank. I don't know.
It's whatever.
I'm not gonna sit here and pocket watch. Shout out Jordan Love. Shout out Jordan Love for getting that money. Let a fella hold $3.18. That's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you what, man. He used that Chase fucking glitch, and or just that's what he did.
He ain't got to pay this back though. He ain't got to pay
it back. That's what it is.
There's still question marks around this Philadelphia offense. Like I don't know that I can buy in right now until I'm proven otherwise. Whereas but at the same time, can we trust this Green Bay offense to kind of replicate the end of the season performance last year? Like, what are you thinking here?
I'll tell you that I was gonna go Philly, and then I was gonna go Packers, and then I was gonna go Philly. But I think I'm gonna go Packers.
Worth noting, this game is on Friday and is being played in Brazil, for what it's worth.
Oh,
so it is a neutral site that they're playing on.
I'm gonna go Packers. I'm gonna go Packers. I don't know why. I'm not gonna lie to you and say fuck. I kind of want to go Eagles. I'm just gonna go Packers. I put my dick in it. It's fine. It's staying there. It is what it is. We're gonna go Packers, and that's one I feel like I might regret, but it's okay.
I think that if this game was being played in Philadelphia,
I think I would pick Philly.
I'm taking Philly. I think the neutral site will play in Green Bay's favor. I'm also gonna take Green. Yeah, somehow. Like it doesn't make a ton of sense, but it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the offense for Green Bay. Dude, one thing we're not considering as well is that Saquon Barkley's there in Philadelphia as well now. Out goes DeAndre Swift, in comes Saquon Barkley.
Well, I like Swift though.
I like Swift too, don't get me wrong. But Barkley is a game changer when healthy.
Can we be honest and just say Nick Sirianni's not a good head coach?
That's fair. That's entirely fair. You can say that because I agree. He's not a very good head coach. He's just not.
I like the Packers wide receivers. Obviously I like Josh Jacobs. I don't know.
That's a whole debate we've been having in group chats over the last couple of days, but
I like him. Packers, next one. Let's go. Just next one.
All right, sounds good. Tennessee plus 4.5, traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. This is the debut of Caleb Williams and the new look offense. There's a lot of I'm not gonna call it hype because that's the wrong word. There is renewed promise in Tennessee surrounding the offense. Brian Callahan's there. He's going to be someone who wants to air out the ball a little bit more. He's going to be a little more creative with the passing plays, and that could be to the benefit of Will Levis, who has a plus. He's got the plus arm. Now it's kind of remains to be seen if he can kind of all put it together. Alex is going Chicago because he already said it. Right?
I think there's
maybe not.
There's pros and cons. I'm gonna go Chicago. I just didn't want you to just write it down just yet because you make me look predictable, and that's the last thing I want to be is predictable.
You're definitely not a predictable Pauly, that's for sure.
No, that's what I'm. Thank you, Pauly. That's a new one. I think even though they're older, even though concerns surrounding them, DeAndre Hopkins is there, Calvin Ridley's there, Tony Pollard's there.
Shout out Tyjae Spears as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're all there. I think
we're not gonna sit here and disrespect Tyjae Spears like that.
he's all right.
Tyjae Spears is a good running back.
Anyway,
Those who know that Tyjae Spears is good. I can't wait for Trey to watch this and comment on it because I know he's going to.
he's gonna say you don't even know who that is.
That is fair.
That's what he's gonna say. My thing is, I think Chicago's gonna come out crazy for Caleb Williams. And I think they have Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. I think their defense is a little bit better than the Titans.
They have DeAndre Swift as well. They added him this offseason.
So I mean they got. I think that game is actually closer than it. I'm gonna pick Chicago.
I'm also going to take Chicago. And part of it is because it's the home debut of Caleb Williams. There's going to be a ton of energy in the building. The offense is too talented to not put up points, right? I know that Caleb Williams had his struggles in the preseason with a lot of 3 and outs. The completion percentage is what it is. I know that it's preseason ball. We saw it last year with Kenny Pickett. He looked great and then turned into a bomb.
Sometimes you just try things out. Sometimes you just try things out.
My picking of Chicago is more so having no faith in Will Levis.
He has a lot of questions to ask.
I don't know that he's good. I don't know that he's got starter upside. Now we're gonna find that out this year. And I hope that he has starter upside because my dynasty team kind of depends on it. Because I've got Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard on there, which I've tried desperately to move Tony Pollard this offseason. I couldn't do it. That is what it is.
Not desperately enough. You were.
I guess not.
Okay.
I'm taking the lead on this one.
I was gonna say, Garrett, it's your time to shine, buddy.
I'm not gonna go into the full rant that some are maybe expecting. I've already done it. I've said my piece. My piece is out there.
Oh.
My piece is out there. Now, if you don't know my piece is, it's fuck Mike Tomlin. He deserves to be fired. Especially for the Russell Wilson decision, but over the last couple of years, he just can't get the job.
No shot you're picking against the Steelers.
No, I'm hammering Pittsburgh in this one.
Okay.
I'm hammering Pittsburgh. This isn't my game of the week, or my lock of the week, rather.
We haven't done free money. We did college football twice. We haven't no free money of the game.
Did we do free money for college football last year?
We did. We always did free money.
We did. You're right. It's we're still knocking the rust off.
We're not even awake yet, man. God.
The last time they played in Atlanta, it was 75% Steelers fans because Steelers fans are, say what you will, this is gonna sound biased. The Steelers have the best fan base in the NFL. They do. Because they travel the best. Every stadium you go to when they're playing on the road, you're seeing terrible towels everywhere. They travel the best out of the entire league, and I'll stand on that. And I think that's going to be kind of the same situation here. I know that Russell Wilson's the starter, and he's fucking god-awful, and he has no upside as a starting quarterback, and he's not going to be a starter next year on any team. He's going to be going up to Canada or something, right? But the defense is talented. I have faith in the run game. Jaylen Warren sounds like he's good to go for week 1 with the hamstring injury. I wouldn't take a ton of the props on the Steelers wide receivers, but I do think not only that they cover 3.5, that's kind of a disrespectful line. I almost think that Pittsburgh should be favored here in this one. Kirk Cousins coming off the Achilles. He's in the new look offense as well. And listen, that offense in Atlanta should be really good this year with an upgraded quarterback. Finally, they've got an underrated defense. They've got the weapons like I talked about. Atlanta should be better this year. I'm still taking Pittsburgh though. And you're taking Atlanta, and that's fine. I'll just go ahead and write it down.
I'm taking Atlanta.
That's fine. You're gonna look foolish when that's wrong.
Okay.
-3.5. No reasoning, just picking against me. That's fine. I respect it.
I don't want to get into a thing with you. I feel like you're already irritated, and that's okay. I'm gonna let you have that. I just want to let you know.
How about this? You say your brief piece, and I wouldn't even comment at all. My lips are sealed. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Brother man, I think Atlanta's gonna win. Jacksonville and Miami. Let's go. That's my piece.
Works for me.
Okay, Garrett, we don't have to do this, man. We're having fun. You pick games.
And,
I pick games. We don't have to start this ugly.
We've been recording tonight for like an hour and 30 minutes already. And this is going to
Like,
go another 30, 45 minutes probably. So we got time to spare.
We don't have to be ugly. There's
That's
no
true.
reason to be ugly.
In week 1, at least, we ain't got to be ugly. Now, when it's week 9 and I'm up like 8 games on you, you're going to be a little ugly, and that's fine.
I might be in a little ugly, and I'm an ugly guy, but that's what it is. Like, you know,
hey,
sometimes
that ain't true. You're cute as hell. All right, moving on. Jacksonville staying in state, plus 3.5, traveling to Miami. Can we talk about the disservice that the front office and the coaching staff did to Tua this offseason?
You mean always?
But the clear hole going into last season was the offensive line. They didn't do shit about it. Didn't draft anybody worth noting. Their first round pick was an edge rusher. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
There might be some sick guys, like some sick team doctors that are like trying to see how bad, like they're running experiments on Tua to see how much they can fuck him up, man. Like, you know, like they're doing like live testing on humans with like, and just using football as an excuse, I feel like, because they are not getting my boy no offensive line help.
Nope.
I don't like week 1. I don't. I think Garrett, you might any game that you pick different from me, you might win those games, and I might just have to crawl back the rest of the year. I don't like this. Let's go. I'm gonna go Jacksonville. No, yeah. Fuck. I don't like this one. Jacksonville. I'll go Jacksonville. I don't like this game. What are you going before I get self-conscious?
I
wish spreads were bigger. Everyone, like, these fucking FanDuel, like these fucking stingy ass people won't give me a bigger spread so I can make a better like pick. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna give you these 2.5, 3.5 baby spreads. What are we rationing out here on the spreads? Like, put the dick on the table and let me see the spreads. And we're not getting no spreads. God,
I can see a scenario where Jacksonville ends up with like 4 or 5 sacks on the day. Trayvon Walker, for all that was said is about him being drafted first overall 2 years ago, he played better last year. They've still got Josh Allen there as well. Both those guys put up nice sack totals last year, arguably better than nice. They went out and tried to get Trevor Lawrence some help. They brought in Gabe Davis. They drafted Brian Thomas in the first round. They've got the weapons now. Miami's in such a weird spot because
you don't know what Miami you're gonna get.
The offense is loaded with speed. Like, if you put Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, and Jalen Wright on a track team, I think they are fucking with some of these countries in the Olympics.
I don't even think Jalen Wright's good, but okay.
You had him as a top 10 running back in the draft.
At like 9.
You still had him as top 10?
And a bad running back draft.
Still had him top 10 for what it's worth.
Okay.
But he fits the offense really well because he's got speed. He got speed, brother. I'm going. Fuck. I don't know. Because I wrote down a team and I think I talked myself into the other team.
Well, I don't know which one you picked in the first place, so.
I am going with Jacksonville. I wrote down Miami at first. I talked myself into Jacksonville.
I don't know. I don't like it. It's a nasty.
Jacksonville's rush attack this year could be really nasty. Travis Etienne was the running back 3 last year in fantasy, and it sounds like they want to get Tank Bigsby more involved in the offense. I could see him stealing some goal line touchdowns from Etienne.
But only reason why I picked him up in fantasy. Only.
That's the reason I picked him up in fantasy as well, is because
Yeah.
they want to get him more involved this year. I'm going to go Jacksonville as well, but I don't necessarily feel super great about
Yeah,
it.
scroll past that. I don't want. Finally, something I can fucking pick. Give me Cincy. Fuck.
All right.
I just don't think the Patriots are good.
So you have no concerns about Jamar Chase probably not playing in this one?
No,
All right.
I don't. I think they'll be fine.
I think they'll be fine as well, at least for this one. I'm also taking Cincinnati.
It wouldn't surprise me if Jamar Chase just shows up and says, "All right, I'm playing you fucks."
So you ain't got no faith in Jacoby Brissett week 1.
Yeah. Oh, shiver me timbers. Fuck. Not Jacoby Brissett.
Indianapolis is a home dog in this one against the division champs, Houston.
I actually want you to go. I don't know how you're gonna pick this one.
Indianapolis plus 2.5. Houston loaded up this offseason. They loaded up this offseason. Brought in Joe Mixon to be the starting running back. Brought in Stephon Diggs to be like the alpha, the true wide receiver 1. You still got CJ Stroud going into a sophomore year after arguably I think it was the best rookie season for a quarterback ever. Not one
Possibly.
of, I think like statistically speaking, at least one of, if not the best one. Should he have won rookie of the year? No, should have went to Puka Nacua, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what the show's all about.
Yeah.
At minimum, it should have been offensive rookie of the years. And I hate that. I hate that kind of idea of doing codes because that's a cop out because you can't pick one. But if there was ever a year to do co-offensive rookie of the years, it was last year. You're not going to have as close of a race like ever again, potentially.
I'm
getting off topic.
Separate rant later on. I just think there should be position. Like there should be position awards, kind of like how college does. That's my take on it.
We've chatted about that before, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
I
have my pick, but I'm kind of curious to see what you pick here.
It is worth noting as well that last year Indianapolis maybe should have won this game in week 18 if it wasn't for a dropped 4th down pass by that running back last year with Gardner Minshew and a quarterback. Minshew played really well because AR was hurt because he fucked up his shoulder.
I hope that motherfucker plays well this year too. Shit.
You and me both, brother, because I got him in the Dynasty League. I got a lot of faith in him and Trevor Lawrence this year.
Did you?
Yeah, I have AR on my team.
Oh, no, I was talking about Minshew.
No. I'm talking about AR.
I have my own separate problems.
Oh. No.
Yeah. Okay. My bad.
They drafted Latu in the first round, which he looked decent in the preseason. I had a 3rd round grade on him. I don't necessarily love him coming out. They still have a good offensive line. JT's got a full healthy camp in front of him. Shane Steichen's good offensive mind. But it's hard to pick against Houston, man. I'm gonna go
on Houston.
I'm gonna go Houston. Guys. I wouldn't be shocked if Indianapolis wins this game, but I'm gonna go Houston.
Houston's a good team, and their defense is nasty too. So I think there's gonna be some rust for AR coming out, which is fine.
Can we please just slide, brother? Can you just I know the idea of being physical and you want to lay somebody out, but get out of bounds, right? Take a slide. Well, just once in a while.
I have Anthony Richardson in our redraft league this year. I think this is the most amount of fantasy leagues I've played this year. It's like 5 or 6. It's kind of ridiculous, but you know.
Oh my fucking God. I missed an entire fantasy draft. Fuck. Oh my God. We're taking a break. We're taking a live mid-break because
we're taking a break.
Team. Brother, I have to see my team.
Garrett,
I missed the draft.
I hear you, but we're in the middle, dude. It's not going to be good.
Kind of nasty.
No shot.
My team's nasty.
Garrett, you have 15 seconds.
I'll look at it later, you prick. All right, moving on.
No, I thought you were
We're
gonna
both
do it.
taking
I
it.
thought you were gonna speed roll it real quick.
No. Dak Prescott, Brees Hall, James Cook, Puka, Michael Pittman, Mark Andrews, Malik Neighbors, Jacksonville defense, Jake Moody, George Pickens, Amari Cooper, JSN, Jalen Warren, Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas, Gus Edwards.
Well, what the fuck did everybody else pick?
That's kind of a nasty team. I ain't even go hold you.
How many people though?
Trevor Lawrence is still available.
How many? What?
I'm gonna make some roster moves after this. This is crazy. That team is nuts.
You're gonna have to show me. Okay.
I will. Okay. The Giants plus 1.5 hosting the Minnesota Vikings. This is an easy one for me. I'm taking Minnesota all day long.
You know what? You're just lucky that JJ's not playing, or else I would pick the Giants out of spite. But I'm gonna go Vikings as well. I don't think they're necessarily good, but Kevin O'Connell.
There's too much talent on that team.
Yeah, so
we've got New Orleans minus 3.5 hosting the Carolina Panthers. Dave Canellis working with Bryce Young. He looked really good in the last preseason game. Bryce Young did. We're gonna see if it translates to live games. I'll let you take lead with your boy Derek Carr here in the Saints.
Neither of these teams are good. I'm taking the Saints because it's week 1. I will say that Bryce Young is one of my fantasy sleepers for quarterback this year. I feel like if Dave Canales can make Baker Mayfield look like the second coming of, whatever him, like the hype coming out of college, that's basically where he was at. I think he could do big things for a young Bryce Young. So I think you can expect a much better Bryce Young this year. Carolina's still awful, which is fine. They're supposed to be, but I'm taking the Saints.
I agree. I think the biggest thing is going to be the home field advantage for the Saints playing in that dome. It's going to get loud. New second-year quarterback, new head coach. It's going to take some time to kind of work into that.
I do think the Saints' offense will be better with Clint Kubiak, too.
That's fair. That is worth noting as well. We've got Buffalo minus 6.5 hosting the Arizona Cardinals. They finally got Kyler Murray, a true wide receiver 1. They went out and stole Marvin Harrison 4th overall. The Buffalo Bills as well also got a potential true wide receiver 1 in Keon Coleman this year as well. I know you're all in on Keon Coleman this year.
I think I took like 3 or 4 fantasy shares of him. Like I like him this year.
The defense in Arizona is still pretty bad though. And
it's nasty.
And some of their rookies are banged up already. I'm gonna take Buffalo in this one.
I'm taking Buffalo as well. This is like not Carolina. The Cardinals defense is body odor bad. Like 7th grade, I haven't discovered deodorant after football practice kind of bad. Like it's not I don't even gotta say anything.
Yeah, I know.
Like I don't even gotta say anything. We're going with the Raiders.
They're +3.
Correct.
I am also taking Vegas +3.
Well, now I feel like a dickhead because I didn't choose the Steelers, but
well, I to an extent I kind of get it. I think that the Raiders had a better offseason than the Steelers did. And so I think it's fair to have more confidence in Vegas than Pittsburgh going into the game. Plus, Atlanta is supposed to be way better this year, and the Chargers, we're still not so sure that they're going to be really good this year. So I will say, Joe Alt left.
Go ahead.
Joe Alt left tackle is going to be really nasty, and that matchup with him and those edge rushers in Vegas should be really fun to watch. Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a really fun matchup, and I'm interested to see how many targets Ladd McConkey gets right out of the gate for the Chargers. But I will say, I think the defense in Vegas isn't necessarily being slept on. Like they're like going to be good. I think they might be better than some people think. Is all.
It really depends on the linebacker. Before I make this a Raider show, it depends on the linebackers. My brother tried to tell me that they were a top 5 defense, and I was like, brother, I don't even know if they're top 10. Like, so
No,
I think
they're definitely not top 10.
yeah, well, he said top 5. That's why I was like, brother, like, no,
Your brother has never looked at the Las Vegas Raiders without Raiders tinted glasses on.
yeah, I think he's got black and silver tilted. Like, I think they're in the top 60. I think they're in the top half of defenses, perhaps on a good day. I think that's where they're at, but never touching that 10.
I know
the only reason why I didn't choose the Steelers as well, Garrett, is the reasons you said, and then Arthur Smith is the offense coordinator, and I think that's
terrorist.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. As you said.
I have a feeling I know we're gonna go with this one as well. Seattle's -5.5 hosting the Broncos. Alex, you picked against a division rival before. Are you gonna pick against them again in this one?
I don't like betting against Sean Payton, and when I'm betting against Sean Payton in this game, I'm also betting for Geno Smith. However, I think the Seahawks have more talent on the team. I think if this Broncos squad was a little bit more talented, I actually would have went Broncos here. But first game in the Sean Payton and Bo Nix era, there's going to be some rust. There's not a lot of talent on this team. I'm gonna go Seahawks. I don't like it though. This might be a very surprising game. I think Sean Payton's a damn good coach. I don't like Geno Smith. I don't. But I just think the Seahawks are more talented. So
a very minute rant here really quick. Sometimes when I'm driving around places that are close enough to where I don't think it's worth it to plug in my phone to like play music, I'll listen to local sports radio just because I like to get their thoughts on the team. If it'll help me for shows like this or for fantasy purposes. Like last year, they were talking about Jaleel McLaughlin, and then I picked him up, and for 2 weeks he played really well. That kind of insider trading information, right?
Correct.
I listened to 104.3 The Fan in Denver today say that Seattle's not a hard place to play.
Oh, that's not true.
That Denver gets just as loud as Seattle. I heard both of the noon radio hosts today say that Denver could go as high as 11-6 this year. And that Denver stacks up very well against Seattle because they're almost the same team. Now let me dive in on that part really quick.
Okay.
I don't think there's a single aspect of the Denver Broncos where they're better than the Seattle Seahawks, except coaching. Quarterback, I'm taking Geno over Bo Nix.
I don't even know if I would do that.
Running back, I'm taking Kenneth Walker over Javonte Williams.
Fair.
Wide receivers, I'm taking DK and JSN over Cortland Sutton and whoever the fuck the wide receiver 2 is in
love
Denver.
Cortland Sutton.
I think it's Craig Reynolds, I think.
Love Cortland Sutton for fantasy this year, though.
The Denver Broncos have the 34th ranked tight end room in the NFL. I'll let you sit on that for a second.
That's crazy.
The offensive line is one of the most overrated units among any teams in the National Football League. Their offensive line is not good. I'm sorry. They grossly overpaid Quinn Miners this offseason. Garrett Bull should have been cut. Mike McGlinchey didn't play well. Ben Powers is getting up there in age. Nothing about the offensive line is good, right? Now we go to the defense. The defensive line, advantage Seattle. Linebackers, advantage Seattle. Secondary, as a whole unit, advantage Seattle. I would argue that Pat Surtain is the best cornerback in the NFL. I would. And if you don't agree, there's at least a conversation that he's top 3 undisputed.
There's a conversation.
For my money, I think Pat Surtain's the best corner in the league. But
these young corners are fucking disgusting.
They're nasty. That is true.
They're yeah.
And then at safe, like I know safety's kind of tied into the secondary as well, obviously, but the safety advantage is also with Seattle. Where does Denver have a chance in this game? They're starting a rookie quarterback in one of the 5 hardest places to play in the NFL.
I've actually been to a Seattle game. It was when it was Seattle and the Rams, and this was when Marshall Faulk was still playing. Torrey Holt was still playing. Yeah, like
That's
that was
fancy.
it was a really fun game to go to too.
You said 2-2. Cleveland and Dallas. Cleveland's -2.5, which I find to be kind of interesting. The Cowboys getting 2.5 points. I'll let you go first, Alex.
I'm going Cowboys. I may be a little bit higher on the Browns than a lot of people. But I think the Cowboys, at least regular season wise, will be good. I mean,
Is CeeDee Lamb playing?
He is signed a contract. So
I'm taking Cleveland.
I don't hate it, but
I have both running back rooms are not very good. I have more faith in the running back room in Cleveland to be able to pick up 3-4 yards a carry, convert those close third downs than I do in Dallas's running back room.
Rico Dowdle
is Zeke's old as shit. Dalvin Cook's old as shit. Rico Dowdle is kind of a trendy name right now. He is expected to get a lot of touches this year. We don't really know what we're getting with him. So
nope. And there's Deuce Vaughn, who's just kind of a receiving back.
The Cleveland defense is disgusting.
Yes.
And Kevin Stefanski is a pretty damn good head coach. So I'm gonna take Cleveland.
I'm with that. I can understand that, but I'm gonna go Cowboys and if they fucking lose, I'm never picking them again.
Washington +3.5, traveling to Tampa to play the Bucks. Baker Mayfield got paid this year. Mike Evans came back.
Shouldn't have.
I will be that as it may. Washington potentially found their quarterback of the future in Jaden Daniels.
Awesome. Team sucks.
He looked good in the preseason. He's got rushing upside. Team still doesn't look very good. The offensive line's still not very good. So
sucks.
And they didn't necessarily find a ton of replacement or help for the pass rush unit since they, traded both of their best players away last year.
I'm going Bucks.
With that being said, I think I'm taking Washington.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
TB -3.5. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to it. Washington +3.5.
Why not? Right? It's just week 1.
It's just week 1.
Well, there's 16 games. Like we're bound to get some wrong.
Well, I mean, there's 17, but you're right. The idea is right. The idea is entirely fair. There are 17 games. Did you not know that they're
in week 1? There's 16 games, Garrett.
I thought no. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the season. Oh, that's where we were confused. Okay, you know what?
I was like, did we add 2 expansion teams? And I just did not know.
You were on ESPN. I was on the Ocho. I was on ESPN the Ocho.
Not the Ocho.
Detroit's -3.5, bringing in the Los Angeles Rams, who they beat in the playoffs last year, to advance to the NFC Championship game, which they should have won, but that's neither here nor there. I will go first. I'm going to take Detroit.
I'm taking the Lions as well. I think the Rams are good. I think they just get a tough draw in the first.
I think the Rams are a sneaky pick to win the division this year.
I think that's fair. I don't.
And I think that Detroit is going to be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs this year.
Possibly.
Listen.
But how many Buffalo games? Oh, is this? Oh, okay, the Buffalo. What the last one? Okay, I was like, what? How many Buffalo games are they playing this week?
Aaron Rodgers' body has the chance to do the funniest fucking thing this week.
And tear the other ACL?
And snap that other Achilles. It's got a chance to do the funniest fucking thing ever. All jokes aside, we obviously don't wish Aaron Rodgers to get injured. We wish a very healthy season for Aaron Rodgers and everybody who plays in any sport ever. With that being said, San Francisco's -4.5. Aaron Rodgers is traveling back west. He's going home to his home state of California A lot of big news this week for the San Francisco 49ers. They overpaid by like $10 million for Brandon Ayuk, but they brought Brandon Ayuk back. He's back. He should be ready to go. Trent Williams signed an extension today, 3 for 82. He's the best tackle in football, so you can kind of argue if he got overpaid or not. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. So you kind of have to give those guys money.
Well, not Brandon Ayuk, but yeah.
What's that?
Not Brandon Ayuk, but you know.
Well, yeah, and that's why I said San Francisco overpaid by like $10 million for him. Because now Brandon Ayuk is the 5th highest paid receiver in the NFL, and he's not even the best receiver on his own team.
Gag.
Yeah. Where are you leaning for the Monday night matchup?
Maybe it's the hater in me.
Oh, Lord.
But
Mark Finnis catch the nastiest right here.
Hey, man, just get Aaron Rodgers can fucking play, dude. Like, there's something like Aaron Rodgers is a dick. He's, he's difficult to deal with, but that motherfucker goes and he wins games. And even if the Jets don't win this game, I think they can keep this game close, 3-4. And like, don't get me wrong, Robert Saleh, I'm not sure he's a very good head coach. But that Jets defense isn't bad. Aaron Rodgers being able to play, like, they'll be okay. Like, I feel like Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, everybody's healthy. I think a little bit kind of underrated is Mike Williams. I'm kind of in on Mike Williams. If you play best ball, that's a really good boomer bust. Like, that's a guy you want on your team that's just gonna pop off every 2 or 3 games and have a fucking 30-point game. Like, it's Aaron Rodgers, guys. Like, yeah, he tore his Achilles, but he looks like he could still fucking play. And as long as his head's right and he keeps his body upright, fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, Aaron Rodgers can be he could be a fucking bitch to deal with. The time is running out for the 49ers. That's where I'm. And it sounds crazy to say that after they went to the Super Bowl last year. The year before, they were down to their 4th string quarterback, and I don't even think they had a 4th string quarterback. In the NFC Championship, they went to the Super Bowl the year before. I think Kyle Shanahan should have won a Super Bowl already if he had a better quarterback. And every Super Bowl, you could say that about the Matt Ryan one. You could say that about the Brock Purdy's, whatever, any of that shit. Like, so I think the 49ers are a really good team. But I think, I don't know, something about Aaron Rodgers coming back. I think he's just going to kind of light the world on fire. And, I don't know. I don't think I could bet against Aaron Rodgers in this one. And I might be foolish for doing that. So 49ers might win this game by 5 points or more. They might blow out the Jets, but it's hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers for me until I see him right now and see how he plays this week.
I think we could get an Aaron Rodgers this year that somehow ends up in the MVP conversation, only because he's using all of this stuff that they said last year.
He's a dick, and I love
fuel.
It. He's a dick, man.
Like, people were writing him off, saying that he was done, that's it. He's never going to come back, and he's never going to look the same. And I, you know what? I am kind of a believer in the bulletin board stuff. Like, anything to get the team hyped up, whatever it takes, right? I think the final score of this game, my official prediction, I have the Jets as well.
Oh, score. Okay.
I think the score is going to be 23-20. I think Aaron Rodgers gets a drive in the 4th quarter down with like 3 minutes left for San Francisco, way too much time, but they score a touchdown. He finds Garrett Wilson for a 22-yard touchdown in the corner of the end zone to tie the game. He does the little whatever celebration he wants to do, right? And San Francisco marches their way down the field, gets Jake Moody in field goal range. They win it at the horn. That's what I think is going to happen here. I think the Jets will cover. I think San Francisco wins.
Oh, I thought
Uh,
you said the Jets would win.
No, no,
But
no, no, no. Sorry,
you're
sorry.
taking the Jets
I'm
on
taking the Jets on points. Correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, I'm picking the Jets to win. And that's just
Well,
a hater in me, and that's me believing in old Aaron Rodgers there.
we only differentiated on 3 games this week. Our 3 games that we split on. I'm taking the Steelers. Alex is taking the Falcons. I'm taking Cleveland. Alex has got Dallas, and I'm taking
I actually can see your logic on that one, and that one's fair. I don't know about this Bucks and Commanders one for you, but
I'm gonna take the upset. I'm gonna take the upset. It's week 1. This is the week to make the crazy bets, and if it works, I'm gonna look like a genius. And if not, it's no shame off of my back. So,
fair
all
enough.
right, that's it. That's week 1. We're back, Alex. The NFL is back.
We're back. And you know what, Garrett? You're talking about, I ran off with it last year. That's old news. Like, I'm a very, Kobe won the championship and he looked depressed because he's like, I got to get back to work and try to win the next one. And that's where we're at. Like, you can only be happy for so long. You can't, like, winning is the standard, and then you got to keep going. So
I cannot believe that you just compared yourself to Kobe fucking Bryant. I can't believe it. I can't believe I just listened to you say that you are basically Kobe Bryant. We're starting off hot with the outlandish shit that we say on this show.
What?
If you don't come in next week with your name being Kobe Bryant, you should lose a point.
Oh no! Don't start doing this. Oh, I got duck.
The duck.
Fuck.
All
I might have lost points. I might have lost points for that shit. Jesus.
That's it. This is week 1 of Hard Locks. Sound off in the comments. Let us know your picks. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep an eye on the YouTube channel because we're posting college football stuff. We got NFL every single week. See ya.